Yes, sir. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. This show's brought to you by Tecovas. So we're rocking the cowboy fit this evening, boys and girls. Good to see you. Happy to have you here. Gonna be a jam-packed show for a Monday afternoon. I gotta tell you, we got a lot to talk about. Got some portal things we're gonna do. Former 5-star looking to set up a visit with the Florida Gators. Gotta love hearing that. Talk about the portal a little bit because some Florida fans are going absolutely berserk. It's not moving fast enough. The train isn't on the train track, and we had 15 guys enter the portal today. I've been trying to tell you, relax, but nobody wants to listen. Guys are taking visits, doing their things. Give you your thoughts and opinions. Our former edge makes a decision. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions about that. Stephen Harris is running late. Okay, I mean, it's just, we're used to it around here. That's just what we do. Okay, we're prepared for these kind of things. You're saying, hold on. Is Muddy right or wrong on this one? Because he's been wrong a lot tonight. Says Slaughter's coming back. Where did we see this news? Because I hadn't seen this news. Stuff's breaking left and right. I can't even keep up anymore, to be perfectly honest with you. We're going to talk about Mike Norvell redoing his contract. Thought that was interesting as well. A couple of other guys felt Florida showing some interest in. Guys that Florida hasn't signed yet because people are freaking out. And then talk about the names that have entered in the portal today. And some things we're hearing about that, again, of just where the state of college football is. It's mayhem, okay? We knew that, but it just gets crazier and crazier as days go on. Where do we see the Jake Slaughters coming back? Is he just making stuff up? Per the timeline, Stadium Miguel just said it. I haven't seen it. I saw that he was All-American. We're going to talk about Mr. Jake Slaughter, but I did not. That was the one thing I have not seen today. There it is, 4 hours ago. I don't know why I didn't see that. That's huge. Okay, that is huge. Let's talk about it. Jake Slaughter, baby. All the things I've been trying to keep up with. That was the one thing I didn't see today. The one thing I didn't see today was that Jake Slaughter was coming back. I feel like I failed all of you, but thankfully for the chat, we're rocking and rolling. And, of course, Stephen Harris, right on time, boys and girls. You love to see it. Right on time. Mr. Harris, what's going on, fella? How you doing, man?
What's going on, fellas? Go Gators, baby.
Did you know that Jake Slaughter was back? Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You don't text somebody. I got you back.
I saw it.
Okay.
I mean, I saw it floating around. I hope that's true news. I mean, I think I reposted
You don't know.
it.
We don't know anymore. We don't know anymore, do we?
Well, this college free agency period, it's crazy.
It's mayhem. It's hard to keep up with. Look, this is the thing. I am slipping. That's my fault, boys. I saw that he made All-American. We were going to talk all about that.
Yeah,
I was going to brag about
bricks.
that and what Coach Sale has done in the sense of making 2 offensive linemen in the last 3 years All-American. We don't want to give Mr. Sale some love for that because they weren't his commits. Well, Osiris was. But he's come back for his senior year, which leads me to believe that Barber's coming back. Damian George is locked in. All of a sudden, this line is Look, for me, run the ball, baby. I've been saying that this whole time. I said, can we get guys to can we get a confirmation of who's staying? At this point, I settle my gut. I got bubble guts all week long. Wonder what the hell's gonna happen.
And that was weird for me that we have to start announcing who's staying. These guys are on 1-year contracts. You know what I mean? And the player has the second year option, I guess. And it seems to me like, I don't know what's going on. Whoa. You saw that?
The chat?
It seems like, no, stuff just stopped popping up on my screen. I'm sorry. But it seems to me like, the team will present at the end of the year what they believe going in, what people should get. And you have that option to say, I'm cool with that. Let's ride. Or I don't really think. I think I might be a little different. I want to see what's out there, and these guys are jumping in the portal, trying to see.
Yeah, I wish we could sign multi-year contracts, but I don't think.
For sure. And
it doesn't.
They put the rival clause in there. I need rival clauses.
Yeah, look, let's talk about the first one that broke my heart today. Everybody's giving me shit when I post the crying emoji of F them. Like I saw some nasty things today about Pyburn boy. Yeah. I'm mad at you because you told me you were going to bring him back. You told me.
I tried.
You were in the DMs. You told me you're going to get Damian. You brought him back. You're batting 50%. What's up?
I'm 50% for sure. All
You
right,
told me. You
Steve, should
told
I
me.
do
You
it?
said I got
Do I
you.
do it? I
You
be trying to hold my tongue about how I really feel. I feel like I talked to him. Uh, I felt like we had a chance. There were some things that he wanted done. Not necessarily guarantees, but it was some concerns that he had. Um, and but he said that the door was still open. He told me, he was going to take a couple of visits. Um, but I see today that he's committed to LSU. It leads me to my previous feeling. My gut instinct told me that he was gone from the
Yeah,
beginning.
for sure. The
Um,
way that the
just
the the
because of how it
Instagram
went.
posts for me was,
Not
yeah, it
yeah,
was
not
ugly.
the just even the information. I know he came out and himself and said, there was no guarantees or nothing, but the language for me was enough to let me know he was seriously considering testing the waters. Just with the language of what was discussed, even if there were no guarantees, I felt like he had too much ammo going into this thing to not have already been leaning towards somewhere. And I and
Sure.
I wanted this. I wanted to post.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, boss. He ain't even listening. We can't hear you. No. I don't know what happened. Go out and come back in. Leave and come back. He can't hear me. I don't think either. Just complete malfunction over there with Mr. Stephen Harris. $5 from Firm Handshake. Did we make a run at LAW, the wide receiver from Bama, to keep him from FSU? Do you think we pass at Law, the wide receiver from Bama, to keep him? I haven't heard much about that particular wide receiver, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Boys and girls, while we wait for Mr. Harris, be sure to smash the like button. Almost 400 strong here. Good to see you. Happy Monday to all of you beautiful faces today. Again, we're talking all things portal. Again, Jack Pyburn, like he was just saying, he was messaging him back and forth. Yes, people were giving flack about the F on his pad. Guys, this is I mean, he hasn't played for LSU. So, I mean, let's cut Mr. Hayes some slack here. I saw some people trying to rag on that. I mean, it's still a hell of a switch. I do have my thoughts on this. As much as I hate it, personal favorite. To me, I know we said two teams, Georgia and FSU, you can't transfer to, but LSU is a damn near, it's third. It's a close second of a team that I don't want you to go to. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Doesn't feel right. The other thing for me too is that if you're looking for the best opportunity, you had A&M and LSU lined up, from my understanding. I know you said you weren't chasing money, or certain guarantees, but I don't know. I find it hard to believe. I would look, if I'm him, somebody I look at as Harold Perkins, somebody who they've misused horribly. Like, it makes no. I was just saying before you left us.
Yeah,
The
what
move
was
to
the last
LSU.
thing you heard though? I'm sorry, because I really want to get that out.
Yeah, you were talking about the language that he was messaging back and forth with, and that you had some things you wanted to go off your chest.
Yeah, the language in which the contract came, well, not contract, but what they were talking about. Even though he said there were no guarantees, the language let me know that he was seriously considering leaving, just because of what was discussed. And I wanted to say this earlier in the post, but I refrained from doing it because I didn't want to put no smoke on what was going on, believing that we had a chance to get him back. But I felt like once he got into the portal officially, if he committed to a team right away without going to the schools I thought he would go visit, that there was something that happened previously or beforehand, before the portal, that he was already in these discussions. You know what I mean? It just led me to believe that he was already having these discussions about leaving, because I thought he was going to what was it, Texas A&M for a visit,
Yeah, he
or
never went
Mississippi
there.
State or something like that. We
A&M.
saw the plane, and then you end up at LSU, which just allows me to believe that LSU was already in your ear, and that the plan you presented to the Gators, or what the information of what you wanted,
was
not
wanted, you already knew
necessarily
you had it.
guarantees. That's what we were up against coming in. So yeah.
Look, we talked about this on the Sunday show. I said, man, I'm hearing about these guys having multiple agents, even with the Damian George. Some information came out about that. Is that there's bigger fish, and I brought this up. I don't know if it's true or not, but give me your thoughts on this. I said, look, I wouldn't be surprised if an agent goes, hey, I've got this offer from you, and if you don't, either we get it from Florida, or if you don't take this, I'm out. Because
Well, an agent could possibly say that, but I'd be stupid on their behalf. because
Sure.
you don't want to represent yourself in that way. You want to do what's best for the players and not be that money hungry guy. But there are so many out there that you're going to get that. You got to think some of these agents are new agents, because you got NFL agents who are vetting who they want, and they're presenting themselves to people that are potential NFL clients. You won't see any NFL agents right now trying to take on college guys. You know what I mean? They probably throwing their little sister, brother, cousin, or sister agency at them to get them, but they won't risk their face on these college guys right now, trying to just scramble and pick up these scraps. It's a bad look on those agents. And now for these agents, if they're doing anything like that, it's a bad look on them. I would trust, but there's so many guys, and they have so many agents and so many managers and these different things coming up that, for me, the reason why I'm coming around for this portal thing, because the only way to truly know what the value is the transfer portal. I don't like it, but for a guy like Damian George, I in my heart, I felt like he was coming back. I love the kid. I speak out. I reach out to him and everything. Want to make sure he's making the best decision for himself. Of course, I love the Gators, but I want to make sure he's making that best decision. But I feel like for him, it's his last year, and you want to get that value. You just don't want to feel slighted. But these different, once you hit the portal, they give you what they believe your value. It shows, okay, he's ranked the number 3 this, the ranked number that. But you won't see that unless you enter the portal.
Sure.
So you have no chance to know. And so I believe once he did that, he saw where he was ranked, and Florida was like, yeah, you know what I mean? The number was kind of where we was at, or you know what I mean, or maybe better. And he right away, I want to play in this game. I didn't really want to test. I didn't really want to leave, but I wanted to see where I was at value wise. And but I do want to play in this game, so I'm back early. Pyburn doing the trips, I knew he wasn't playing in the game, so I felt like he was gone.
Yeah, I agree. Once I saw that he was the picture of the plane in the comments, I was like, this doesn't seem like it's going to be repairable. But look, what I will say is that there's I wouldn't say like it died, but almost a resurgence in these rivalries. These rivalries have kind of carried their own history with them, but now when you go into them, right, it has like a way more personal feeling about it. So in a way, like it kind of makes the end games fun. It makes the off season hectic and crazy, and we get frustrated. But again, it's the new way of college football.
I love Jack Pyburn. If he was coming back, I had the Jack is back slogan for him. I was gonna pump him up.
Smash his
mouth.
Now, he smash his
now
mouth.
It's hit the road, Jack.
Yeah,
and I was hit the road, Jack. Yeah, I love you.
I don't know you no
more. We got to give you the same energy. I love you. You know what I mean? It's not personal.
I want your mouthpiece. I want your mouthpiece.
Yeah. George, get that mouthpiece.
Yeah, I want an Austin Barber come back left tackle. Hey, I want Barber like
Damian George on the pool.
Come on.
Yeah, we got to see what's up.
Bah.
Yeah.
I want some personal shit. I want Najee Harris to roll out. I want all of them to slap everybody, spank them. Let's get them. Look, it's personal.
Down.
Nothing but love.
Down.
But
I love every incentive.
Week 3, I want that ass.
Incentive to be fired up, but it's all good.
I want that ass week 3, boys. 500 strong, baby. Keep smashing that like button. Let's get into the next little bit here. So we got some names we're going to talk about that have popped up. Now, this portal thing, man, it's a fun one. People are losing their nuts and bolts over it, and I keep trying to. I keep telling people, I was like, look, this is going to be a long one. It seems like it's a slow burn, and I think every year the portal is going to throw new
different obstacles.
And this year is the playoffs, right? It's extending it more than what it did last year. You only had 4 teams that were really kind of secure. You've got 12 teams, and other teams like Miami's playing in a very healthy bowl. They want to try one last opportunity to raise their draft stock and Cam Ward, things like that. I think those are playing. We have 10 guys entering the portal today. That's 4 more wide receivers. Everyone's panicking about the 2 wide receivers that Florida missed out on. But here's 2 more now. Or there was 1. LeJonte Cook, the former 5-star, is working on setting up official visits. Now people are complaining they don't like LeJonte Cook. Look, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm just letting you know this seems to be a work. The other one, this kid here, did you take a look at this kid from Northern Illinois? Did you get a chance to watch this film?
Yeah, I checked him out.
Jelani Williams, I believe, 6'4", 286, 13 solo tackles and 1 sack. For everyone saying Pyburn only had 1 sack, there you go. Defenseman, I watched his film. He's not, I think with I don't know. Give me your thoughts, because actually, let me go and then tell me if I'm an idiot, because obviously you know what you're
I
talking
got
about.
you. Yeah.
Guy's huge.
Idiot.
Okay. All right.
No.
Guy's huge. I think he's got a big frame. Again, I watched the Notre Dame game because I feel like that was the best kind of matchup of what we can expect, right? I feel like he's got a lot of power, very strong. I mean, he would just punch guys in the mouth, and like this, or like at this part of a stage, you can usually see these guys get bullied. I think with some development, a little bit of coaching, with a little bit of Daryl Chapman to work on those hip explosions, he could be a real legitimate threat. Again, he played with George Gumbs, I believe, last year, so you get a little bit of a 1-2 punch with Northern Illinois. Again, nothing's happened. I think they're working on the conversations, but I think there's a lot of upside. I wasn't completely blown off the page from what I saw, just in the explosiveness of what you see from an edge player. He could be an inside guy. He's massive.
Yeah.
But that was my thought. What was yours?
Yeah, I think you spot on, man. You're not such an idiot.
I've been studying. I've been studying.
I
Mr.
was
Harris.
prepared. Just I'm nodding like, yeah, waiting for him. Mess up.
Fight.
You're right. He definitely has sides. And for a guy with his height, his pad level is what I like the most, and his use of his hands. He's not someone that jumps off the film at you as far as super
Speed.
explosiveness.
Yeah.
But he does
He's got
have
an engine, though.
he has rare strength. He does have an engine, but he knows how to take on two blocks at a time.
Yes.
And so with somebody with that size, that's always great. And the use of his hands, he does a great job getting his hands where they're supposed to be on the guy. That way you can play your gap effectively. But he has rare strength for somebody with long arms. For me, being that tall, most tall guys, upper body strength as far as bench pressing is not as much as some of the guys with shorter arms. So for me, watching him, how he's able to separate and get off the blocks was impressive. And like you said, matching that with Chapman, getting that technique, hitting that sled and being explosive is great. As far as being a D tackle, you don't have to always be super explosive. We got guys that have different strengths, and you need all those guys on your field, like Big Dad's on 3rd and 1s and short downs and stuff like that. You know that gap is secure. He's a guy that's gonna secure his gap and not get blown out the hole with his size. And he's young. I know it says he's a junior, but his first year, I'm not sure if he burnt that year as a red shirt, but he didn't really play as much. And so last year was his first year getting as many snaps as he should. So I believe if we bring him in, it'll be a good addition to give us some depth and something that we could work with. I don't think he's a guy that's asking for a ton, but he is asking to play. He wants to go
he's going into
somewhere
his junior year now, maybe? Because, he's only showing 2 years of football.
Right. Yeah, so he's going into a junior season now.
So, we get 2 years of him.
Red
Kind
shirt
of like
sophomore year. I don't know if it's red shirt sophomore because the first year he didn't play as many snaps. So it could be a red shirt sophomore where he has more time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And again, they won that game against Notre Dame, mind you. So that was a very well.
Yeah, we get a guy that's coming in to work, got the sides, got everything he needs, just need to be plugged into a better program. And I believe what he's shown just coming from high school, he was a tweener guy, like a DN, D tackle guy. And so now he's fully embraced that inside role, put up about 10 more pounds on him, and they'd be good to go.
Eddie says, "What's up, Will Harris?" Stephen Harris. What's up, Eddie, man? Good to see you, man.
What's going on, boss?
Yeah, look, I think again the portal, man. It's a lot of these guys against Keyshawn Silver. I think last year we kind of, and myself, I kind of set this up too. Say, hey, we need to close right away. But it feels that these guys, a lot of these guys are taking some visits and actually going through the process. They're not committing just as soon as they go somewhere. So
that's what I was expecting from Pyburn, but.
I did too. But and again, it kind of leads you to believe, well, hey, some of these guys are kind of going somewhere with a prerogative already, kind of with, probably some tampering or conversations already happened before they got there. But with everyone, kind of people are getting upset about Florida. It's like, look, I think
I was definitely leaning towards tampering.
Everyone's rolling off of this clip an article that said Florida would not be outbidded. And so we miss out on somebody that they immediately assume that we're not paying for it. And we may not be, we may not, I don't know. Also, that clip came from On3 Pete Nelko's. Who is that coming from? I have questions on that. So we got to be, concerned. But look, Florida has never. They haven't shown us to be aggressive or fast paced. we as fans think like, okay, well, now they got some momentum, they should be. And that's probably on us and myself included, thinking that they're going to change the way they do things. And Billy hasn't done that since, so I don't know why we do it now.
Let's just, we won't be outbidded for who we truly want. Let's change the narrative about the outbidding situation, because you have to fit the team. You can't just be an athlete and we fans, we're not in the meetings. We're not talking to these guys. We don't know their mindset. We don't know, can they handle social media? We don't know, can they handle these different things that are fracture a team that's brought in. You don't mess that up for talent just because you believe they're talented. It doesn't matter if they're talented if they're gonna come in and fracture the rest of your room.
I think people forget about that.
We're in a position to pull the trigger on the guys we really want, and we're interviewing other guys. They haven't been at our program. They haven't been around the team. They've been where they've been, but they're in the portal now. And so anybody that's in the portal, you have to question, one, why are you in the portal? What is your motive for being in the portal? Did you not like the coach? Did you not like the team? What didn't you like about it? What was the problems? What were the issues? And or are you just trying to better yourself and get a better chance? And then for us, it's, do you actually fit? You maybe want to do all these things and it could be all great, but do you fit? And if you don't fit, I don't want you on the team. If you don't fit the Gator standard, I don't want you on the team. Not saying that they don't. Some people are going to choose a better school because they believe it's better for them or more money. But if you don't fit, you got to take some of this into consideration.
Again, I think we forget too, and people don't like this answer, but Billy has said multiple times we bring him in the players interview, and we want to make sure they fit with that as well too. And I think, look, I mean, we compliment and we were ecstatic of how the guys stuck together and hung on. And I think that's huge. And look, I think Slaughter and these guys and Jamie and George, Slaughter being All-American, I mean, there's a lot of stock there for him to go pro. I mean, I think he could go pro and have be drafted very high, and could he come back and even draft even higher next year, maybe even go to a first round? Yeah, and maybe that's what he sees, which that, to me, that's where I'm like, okay, if I'm an O-lineman and I see a guy like Jake Slaughter get All-American his junior year, choosing to come back.
Right.
Why is and now DJ Lago plays a huge factor into that, right? Yeah. But also you got to give credit to the Sale and the DeCosta and those guys for that development. I mean, that's just a matter of a fact. And now that's 2 All-Americans and again in 3 years.
Yeah. For somebody like that, Lago is not enough. He's the biggest piece, but he's not enough to sell you.
Sure.
You have to truly believe in what's going on and love, and love the program, and you got to be great with your coaches, to do that. You know what I mean? And it's not the money; it's your love for the school, your love for the program, you love the coaches. You really love the vibe and feel like you guys can make it over that edge for him to come back, because he didn't have to. He didn't have to come back, but he believes in what's going on, and he's coming back for that reason.
Another name, obviously Shamar James, and flying around. Keith Napier wrote an article, spoke to him kind of recently, like, hey, what's up with you? And he kind of said he's like kind of on the fence. He's in the middle right now, whether or not he wants to go pro, go to the portal.
What was the name?
Shamar James.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said a lot of it's going to be like what comes back and who's sticking around and what team he's like. But right now he's focused on Tulane. So a name to kind of keep your eyes and ears peeled up for and see what could happen. I mean, it just, again, a big senior guy, linebacker room, I think we know it's very thick, but having to keep, again, just the more you can keep, the better. And I think I keep saying that and people think that I'm crazy, but Alabama is losing some guys. And we're going to talk about a young man here. And there's, what was expected or requested for him, the true safety cornerback. He just entered in today. We'll talk about him in just a few moments. Before we do those, Harris, of course, this show is brought to you by Prize Picks. Fumble the bag again, boys. We're back at it again. Oh no, I locked this one in. I thought this was from my my Sunday pick where I missed it. I had Bo Nix for more than 200 something yards. He played a great game, but did not have the yardage that were needed. And Saquon laid an absolute egg. So I dropped the ball on that one, but. It's the ebbs and flows of Prize Picks, boys and girls. And right now, what's so fantastic about Prize Picks is that they're paying you back more. Usually it's 200x. Now it's 1,000 times, up to 1,000 times your money, depending on how your lineup goes. So be sure to check out Prize Picks. And what's fantastic about it, as soon as you process your win processes, the money's back within your account with 15 minutes. check what state you're in. You can use it in a lot of the states that they're located in right now. It's a fantastic way to get more involved with all of the games. And we've got Florida come up on Friday, and then of course the bowl games are Saturday or Friday night and Saturday, which will be a blast to be a part of. So download the app Prize Picks, use that code up there, high top right corner, and when you play your first $5, you get back $50 when you play $5. So again, download the app Prize Picks, use the code high top. Prize Picks, run your game.
Picks.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. So
yeah.
Look, speaking of portal, let's keep the portal news going because I think it's fun. Aaron Nolan was a shocker to me. 5-star quarterback, I believe, top quarterback last year of that DJ Lagway class going to Ohio State, who's paying. Look, and here's the thing. This is why I bring these things up, because everyone's like, we can't pay anybody. Blah, blah. $20 million. Ohio State has been vocal about spending money. There has not been a shortage of spending money. A team that is in the college football playoffs, he has an opportunity to get a ring. I don't know if he doesn't get one now. I don't know how that pans out or works out. But I think even the kid from Penn State said, look, I'm in an opportunity. I have to enter into the portal now because depending on how this goes, I won't be able to enter into it, which I think is a problem.
Right. That's crazy to me. I was thinking about that the teams that are in the playoffs, like some guys not going to enter the portal that probably want to enter the portal because of that fear of, hey, man, I got a chance to possibly win one. If I do, are they going to let me play? Do they want me back? I'm on the fence. I don't want to ruin the team chemistry. Let me just hold tight. So a lot of guys got some tough decisions to make with this whole portal and playoffs and bowl games.
Now, there will be, I believe there's a second portal later on, like in April, like there was last time.
Yeah.
So they could technically still, enter, but
they're missed the window, But then there's teams that are holding out for those guys from these top teams that may still enter the portal. You know what I mean? So it's almost best to hold out when you're trying to evaluate these guys to see what really shakes out. You know what I mean? You don't want to jump the gun picking somebody just because. But there are some teams that can make those guarantees like, hey, we like this guy. We're going to make these guarantees for him. Make it sweet for them now. We don't care about getting anybody else. We like what we see. And those are some of the smaller schools and stuff like that right now, or lesser caliber schools that are pulling the trigger early because they know they probably don't have a shot against some of these big dogs. So we need to go and take what we can get that'll help our team and our division right now. We might not play for a national championship or make it to the playoffs, but we can win our conference or we can win this. And so we need to pull the trigger on these guys to fill that role now.
No, absolutely. And looking at this Aaron Nolan situation, again, I thought it was very surprising, just given how big of a deal it was when he did sign. Again, they had Dylan Raiola at one point, then they lost Dylan and Aaron Nolan signs. The reason why all these are kind of just big shockers to me, because we followed them. I mean, I follow recruiting very closely as on this channel. We talk about it constantly. So since I've started this to kind of stick along with these guys and watching them unfold, another big name on next to air is Amaris Williams, committed to Auburn last year from Florida, flipped from Florida right on signing day. The way that he handled it and went about it, I wasn't a huge fan because he was committed to Florida, but was like flirting with Auburn, like just blatantly, blatantly in front of our face. And Ron Roberts even says, like we recruited him and then I left. So could Florida still be in the mix? Possibly. Again, I wasn't a huge fan the way that he managed the situation last time, but we lose an Edge and Jack Pyburn. Could we replace it with somebody like an Amaris Ellis who has more time on his hands as possible? Again, I haven't heard much. He entered in today, but this is my point that these were Amaris was a top 100 player prospect at a top 150. Aaron Nolan's top 67. These are all top players that have entered. These are three from today that were top 150 players last year.
Right. Yeah. The crazy part about that is because these guys, the value that they have is still kind of high because they're young. And so teams are willing to give them a little bit more than they would their junior or senior who doesn't have that much more time on their hands with hopes of them developing to this mega star player. You know what I mean? If you're a senior and you're coming back and they say, what's my value? They're saying, well, it's not here or there, but the guys who went early to a team or went last year to a team that was still ranked high recruits, they're saying, hey, I could come take that money and it'll be good for me because I didn't really play at the school I was at that much. And if I go to this other school, it's still a bigger bag than the school I'm at currently is willing to upgrade me to because they still have a little hope. So I'll take that seniors money that they didn't want to give a lot to because it's good for me. You know what I mean?
For sure. No, I mean, totally. And again, it's just, it's mayhem.
They get to shuffle their feet right now, man.
I keep talking about it. It's like I gave the example on Sunday's show of like when I first started this and how the NIL was Wild Wild West and we were getting interviews left and right. I came in at a time that was beneficial for me because of how open it was. And you and I were talking the other day. It was like, look, it's super beneficial right now. For the longest time, it benefited the schools. It benefited, right? And now it's flipped completely 180, which needed to be. Yeah. And we've got to go back. We got to just tilt it back.
It'll find some middle ground eventually. But I was telling my son the other day, I said, you're going to have less guys who finish out 4 or 5 year careers at one school. Yeah. It's not gonna happen. You're either gonna be forced out to leave early as a junior, or you're gonna come back at a different school, or unless you believe your team can win the championship, because the rate at which they're gonna try to pay you is not gonna. If you're a junior and you coming back for your senior year, you're not able to go to the NFL. It's like, okay, you have to come back. You almost need us as a college, then we need you at this point. So I'm not willing to pay you that much because I have a younger roster. So now you're like, I'm gonna go to a team that really needs me, like West Virginia or something, and play 1,000 snaps
and cash out and
try to raise my stock. But then you're going to get lesser competition. You got the risk of getting injured. What if you don't get the stats you're thinking about getting? Should you have just stayed on the team you were with and keep that camaraderie and win and look better playing against higher competition? So it's like
the shot towards Jack. I see what you did there. Although he went to LSU, man, same colors. Listen, I see what you did there.
I'm a Gator. I'm a Gator. Just personal. Shelton.
Just personal. I get you.
It's always personal with me. You and I'm about to jump through the screen at you because you got this yellow wristband on with this purplish looking shirt. You got this purple background with this beard that look purplish in the background. So it's almost like, I don't know what you and Jack got going on. But yeah,
don't do that to me. The Jack of the flip.
Like a bull, bro.
The Jack of the flip.
Like a bull.
This is blue. This is blue.
I don't know what color it is right now, Shelton.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
You and Jack, I'm about to lead a podcast.
Oh, right. I love it.
But yeah, no, they really got decisions to make. You know what I mean? And it's until it gets some balance, it's gonna be like that. Teams won't have 4 or 5 year seniors. So for this class, and we got 11 seniors graduating. Not all of them were Florida's very own. Not all of them came in as freshmen at Florida.
Dynasties are going to be hard to come by with this.
Some of those guys are transferred that are graduating with UF degrees.
Yeah,
which is awesome on their behalf. Listen, if you transfer from somewhere else and you walk that stage as a Gator, baby, kudos to you. That's worth more than the NIL package. Trust me.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, look, I mean, again, building a dynasty in this era is going to be extremely tough because you're unable to hang on to top talent. And again, we're going to get into this kid Jalen in Zimbabwe, I believe.
Multi-year deals.
Because this is a big one. But quick super chat from Gator Believer says, $20. Hey, my man, $20. Thank you, my man. I didn't get a notification. YouTube hates Bubba. Had me watching David Waters. Easy. Dave's good people. Ain't no high top over there. I'll love David. Okay. Nothing like my Gators over here. Glad you're feeling better, man. Great to be here as always. Let's go Gators. Thank you for love and support,
man. My God, I love David Waters.
Dave Waters is the man, baby. Different strokes, different folks, man. I get you though.
I go watch.
We're crazy over here. We bug wild.
I watch us and then I watch Dave too.
I love. We try to keep a high energy, baby. Keep a high energy. So Jalen, let's take a look at this. This is Jalen in Zimbabwe, I believe. I'm probably butchering his name here. True freshman, 5-star guy. He was the 12th ranked player in the country, number 2 cornerback in the country last year. Had 12 solo tackles, 1 interception, and 2 pass defenses last year as a true freshman at Alabama. And has hit the portal today with already apparently a 7-figure offer from Ole Miss is what's being kind of spit out there. But this was from a forum. And again, take this with a grain of salt. Okay, but it's a senior writer. You see this. Says, we're hearing rumors that Jalen is going to enter the transfer portal as of today. This is before he enters, by the way. He received 7-figure offer elsewhere, so there would be a business decision, tampering. Sounds also like he also want to be guaranteed a starting job. So this guarantee, it's not like it's as crazy anymore. Again, and this isn't a Pyburn thing. It's starting to sound like an agent thing, which we talked about. Might not be able, which might not be available at Alabama next season with Zabibi and Brown coming back and Dominique Jackson looming NFL draft decisions. There's talk of him playing both ways too, so there's a lot of that play here. Alabama staff and NIL side are aware of the situation and understand it is a business decision. So for people that are getting mad at Florida, but for this is the same thing we just had with Pyburn, and this kid outplayed well beyond what he was probably expected to as a true freshman, and has a ton of a ton of playing time left. And even Bama was like, "That's cool with it, rock and roll." So it's just, it's tough.
You have so many players on your team, and so it's hard to control how everybody's feeling and what everybody is doing. And I feel like when stuff like that happens, because it's almost like a slap in the face when you come with this pre-scripted list of things that only talking to an agent will lead you to have this list. Like, it's not you just going in there saying, "Oh, what are your plans for me?" When we sat down at this meeting, this supposed to be our exit interview where we tell you how you did for the year and what our expectations for you coming into next year. And at the end of the meeting, you're like, "Oh, that sounds great, coach, but this is what I got." It's like, "Oh, dang. So how long you been thinking about this?" Like, who you been talking to? How long have you been discussing? We just had a game 2 weeks ago. Like, were the discussions happening before then? Is that why you missed that tackle? Were you locked in? Like, what's been going on? How you been feeling like this all year? I remember I tried to say something to you and you walked past me. You know what I mean? Like, were you disgruntled with me? Why you didn't come to me in the middle of the season and say something? You just been saying, "Oh, it's good, it's cool, it's cool." Or, your people's like, "Hey man, I got this agent for you. I really think your people that's in your corner gonna always be saying, "Man, why they ain't playing you? Man, you should be playing a lot more, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man, you worth it, man. I got somebody that, man, you should talk to this person, man." And then you get on that phone and things can change in one day. Oh, really? Well, dang, they were offering this, offering that. I had people reach out to me trying to get Trey Wilson. I had a buddy of mine. Listen, a buddy of mine. He played at Florida, transferred. So I got to throw that out there because only reason why I throw the transfer out there. He probably gonna see this. If you don't, maybe I don't know.
You gonna say his name, so
I throw the transfer out there because no true Gator that graduated from there and stayed there the whole year would call me asking me about Trey. Like, what the hell are you thinking? Like, I can't believe that. He said, "Yeah,
so and so,
a friend of mine." I'll throw it out there. A friend of mine is that Ole Miss. Yeah, I don't care. A friend of mine is that Ole Miss.
Let him know.
He wanted to know if you had contact with Trey, if you can get it. I say, "Trey who?" I think he talk about a frat brother or somebody. Like, he like, "No, the wide receiver." I'm like, "Trey Wilson?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, nah, they trying to get it. He just want to know if you can make contact." Yeah. Let me see if I can do that, bro. I can reach out to anybody, man. They respect me. I'm sure if I write him, he'll get back to me. Man, I hung up that phone. Like, I can't believe this joker calling me, asking me. Boy, you will never get a number for none of my Gators. Y'all better do y'all own home. Don't ask me nothing about none of my Gators. You crazy if you think that I'm gonna help you try to get one of my team Gators that I love. I don't care if I didn't love them. I'm not finna help nobody do nothing. So it just let me know that people are reaching, they doing, you know what I mean? And that I can't say whether I'm telling you what's true from what was told to me. Now, whether somebody
that's your one story. How many more of those are there?
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm like, no, never. So that just let me know people are doing things and things are happening and you can't control it all. And so you want to try to minimize it. I believe we're doing a great job for what we're doing. We've been doing a great job with the portal and stuff like that, getting out in front of it. And we've been doing a great job with keeping it honest with these kids. I believe a lot of these guys are going to run into situations where they're getting lied to, where coaches are trying to keep jobs or could be on hot seats. And the best way they try to fix that is just like the NFL. NFL, if your defensive line sucks, next year they're drafting 4 defensive linemen. and then they're gonna go free agency and find 3 veterans with a big name that probably suck, but they name so big, you'll be like, yeah, we're gonna be great. But you don't watch film and don't know that these guys suck. You know what I mean? It happened to me in Denver when they brought in Sam Adams. You know what I mean? So guys are going to be telling people, yeah, you can start, you can do this, and it may not work out, but people are going to do it.
And look, when you were saying earlier about people are kind of in his ears saying, hey, so-and-so, you should be playing more. I imagine you had that in your ear, but you were in a different situation where you couldn't just pick up and leave. But I'm sure when you played during your time, there was people that had opinions about whether or not you should be playing more. It's just like you see it in T-ball. Like the dad comes in and says, my kid should be playing. And now in that scenario, the kids and the parents don't have much choices because it's T-ball, but now they do.
I could kind of wish it was not wish, but if it was the situation was where we were getting paid, I think I would have been in a great situation because I played I redshirted my freshman year, but redshirt freshman I played, sophomore I played, junior I played every year. I started as a junior. In sophomore year, I was like on the twos, so I came in getting a lot of playing time. Went from defensive end to tackle to nose guard. So it wasn't a year that I didn't play a whole lot of snaps. The position I played didn't get the glory. I was kind of the anchor, had to make sure everybody did what they were supposed to do. If I didn't do my job, nobody would make the play. But I did want to be in a position where I could make some plays, and that happened when my best buddy Marcus got kicked off the team. But I thank him all the time. I said, Marcus, I probably would have never sniffed the league if you didn't get kicked off the team, but thank you.
Shout out Marcus. All right. Well, hey, look, good stuff so far from the Portal boys and girls. Almost 600 strong in here at $5.99. Let's get a 200 likes before the show ends, baby. Shout out to Miss Stephen Harris for coming on a beautiful Champs Corner. A few more minutes here before we go. Of course, I told you.
Hold on. I got to stop. $5.99. We need half the likes. We need 300 likes. Can we get 300 likes before the end of the screen, man? If you don't know, right now, you just exit the chat, hit the like button, and come right back. You can't hit it if you're in the chat. So just exit the chat, hit the like button, come right back. We appreciate y'all.
We ain't going nowhere. Quick little ad for the boys.
Marcus Thomas, the beast, number 44, the real number 44.
Oh, right. We fight. We got fight where you got you got my computer slowing down. Boys and girls, the show, of course, brought to you by Tecovas, rocking the Tecovas lid. No boots on at the moment, but y'all be rocking the Oshirts every day, all day. Look, we love Tecovas here. Okay, I've been telling y'all, the holidays are right around the corner. If you've been waiting or wondering, should you order? Now is the time. Lock in your order for your loved one, for your husband, for your whoever, maybe for yourself. Doesn't matter. Okay, genuine, just smoking hot leather. Okay, a beautiful, sexy pair of boots. Great price ranges. High quality boots from out of Texas, about the last 20 years or so at Tecovas. I've been telling you how much I love them. And if you've got one located next to you, the best thing is to go into the store, experience it. It is an experience like no other. Even when I went and got my hat, they're like, hey, you want a drink? I'm like, I got to drive. I got 5 minutes, okay? No, I mean, yes, but sure, I'll take one. They customize things within there. They'll stamp your shoes with a nice little, like your initials. They'll do it for your hat, too. All great stuff. It's an absolutely phenomenal company. So pumped to be partnered with them. We want to continue to be partnered with them. So if you guys want to check them out, right now you'll get 10% off at tecovas.com/hightop when you sign up for the emails and texts. You'll go into the website. When you do the / the little thing will pop up. Sign up for the emails and texts. You'll get 10% off at tecovas.com/hightop. Tecovas.com/hightop. See site for details. Tecovas, point your toes west. Boys, we love them. Go get yourself some nice new cowboy boots or hat or shirts. Whatever
baby.
You want. Listen to this, boys and girls. ESPN, the way too early, put old Mr. DJ Lagway as a Heisman watch for 2025, which I knew that was going to happen. I figured the way the season closed, Nico got a lot of hype from his one bowl game. And I think the amplification will hype up after this Tulane game come from. It was game week, baby. We ain't talking about a game, baby.
Yeah. It's game week. What do you mean by way too early? That's what it's called?
Well, it's just because it's too early. Not like a negative
thing.
I'm saying
it's called the way too early Heisman. That's what they named it?
Sort of, kind of, yeah. I mean, don't quote me, but yes, that's in that category of like, it's too early. It's just we're not even finished with this season yet, and we're already looking that far ahead.
So
yes, they
DJ,
title it
so
that. Yes.
I didn't know if that. Yeah, I didn't know if that was the title, but for it being DJ is not way too early.
No, that's just yes. I agree with what you're
Anybody
saying.
else, yeah, it might be way too early because DJ would be
They
coming.
give the Heisman on Saturday. We're already talking about next year. Like it's too early to be talking about it. It's kind of the mindset. But here's our early predictions for next year, and I love that Mr.
Well, you heard Miles Graham said who's his Heisman front runner? DJ Latway.
Without a doubt. And I think, look, that's part of why the core is staying together, and you see a lot of these guys coming back to play. They understand what's at stake here. And look, I think the Slaughter and these guys and the guys you're seeing come back, I think they see an opportunity to go win a championship. I really do. These guys aren't come back to go play win 7-5, and not that they wanted to go 7-5 this year, but I really think, and everybody understands that what's at stake here moving forward.
Once you already know you can go to the league and you're going to be somebody that's rated high, you only stay if you believe you can win a championship or hang a banner. You know what I mean? That's the only caveat to doing that is hanging that banner. Legacy submitted at the program that you're going to get drafted from. And so that you got Banks, guys that really could have left that are coming back. That means a lot and says a lot about what they believe about this team.
I think Slaughter and Banks, two guys that could have went and 100% been high quality NFL draft picks coming back, says a lot more than losing certain players. And again, when you see
how more than money, it says a lot more than money too.
Yeah, like you got to understand that. Again, I know people get mad like, oh, Florida's being cheap, but like it's happening to Alabama and now Ohio State with Aaron. Like it's happening to everybody. It's not easy. And you're like, what about this? Like Oregon, they're in a very, very favorable place to win the championship. They're not. That's gonna be a weird situation on how kids leave or not. So that's part of it too.
The thing about the Gators, as long as we could prevent it, don't get sucked into paying outrageous for things that you don't need to pay for. That sets the wrong precedent, and it sets the wrong precedent for your team and guys on the team are going to talk. People are going to know what you're making and all that stuff or what they offered you. And if you're that team that's taking these shots so early with this whole new transition before it settles down, you're setting the wrong precedent and you're looking for a team that's going to start falling apart when kids don't get their way or when they're not getting the time they think they believe, and they're going to say, oh, he's only playing because he's getting paid. They have to play him. And if that word gets out on your team, it's going to fracture your team. So I believe with what we have and how guys have brought in, and we haven't had to overspend for guys, and we're producing high product. Guys are coming in from the portal and getting drafted. Guys are coming in from the portal and raising their stock genuinely by coming to the Gators. That says a lot. And so I had a coach tell me from the staff, we're doing things the right way. You want to do it the right way so it works out, because the moment you don't do it the right way, your team gets fractured and people start bucking on you. We're talking about money involved, and if somebody feels some type of sense of favoritism going on, it's over. You're talking about paying somebody and having favoritism, recipe for disaster. So you got to be honest. You got to have high character people, and as long as we can stall without having to just outrageously pay somebody, I think we'll be in a better position than all of these programs rolling around into next year, because we proved that we don't have to overspend and we can help raise your stock and find value. You want to find value. It's like the stock market. You want to find the stock that's low that you know gonna blow.
Yep.
And so when you look like the genius when it happens and you didn't overspend, and so people believe in you and they trusting you. And that's what we want. And I believe we're able to do that because of the guys we're bringing back this year, the team we have, Lagway, so we can do it again, but get the quality guys that we want. The ones that we really want to pull the trigger on, we can get them. They have all the guys haven't hit the portal yet for us to get them. So we're in a great position.
Time will tell. No, I agree. I think we're in a good position. I think is the key thing. And again, everyone wants to move quickly, but it just simmer down. Let it come to a close.
There's a lot of teams that's not in that position no more.
Exactly. Before we talk about this last little subject here with Mr. Harris, I do want to say on Wednesday, we won't be live 2 Wednesdays from now because that's Christmas Day. I hate missing shows, but that's it is what it is. So I'll figure it out whether we do one the next day or I do one the day before to make up for that Wednesday show. Yeah. But what I want, in case I don't miss it, whatever. But I think for sure this Wednesday, I'm gonna be in the Santa suit. We're gonna do giveaways for all of our members because I appreciate all you guys. We're gonna do about 3 or 4 things, I think. I'll see what I have to give away. Some signed memorabilia, some Gator stuff for all the members that have been supporting us for this entire time, for whether it's been a year or 2 years, who've been been members of this channel. So want to give y'all some shout outs and some love. So we're gonna do that on Wednesday. So be sure. I mean, you guys tune in anyways, but more of a reason to hang out with us than normal. So get your eggnog and come chill with us. This one I thought was pretty cool. There's multiple ways to look at this, but Norvell constructed his contract.
This is one of those teams I was talking about.
Yeah. To give back $4.5 million of his contract to go towards NIL. That's how it was kind of worded. And there's so many ways you can kind of unpackage this. We've heard about when Harbaugh did this. When Harbaugh was struggling, they're like, "Hey, we kind of overshot our contract here. We need to you're not living up to it. We need to reconstruct it, but we want to keep you." And he did that, and obviously it paid off. They went super heavy last year, and then there was a massive fall off, and it's like, yo.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think, and they're kind of trying to wrap it up of like, hey, he's giving back to the NIL to make up for. I think that's a bunch of hoop malarkey. I think.
Yeah, what do you mean make up? What are we talking about? Like, that don't even sound right on face value. To make up for what?
What do you mean?
Why do you? What are you having to make up for? If you're such a great program, you went 12 and whatever, and why do you have? What are you making up for? The losing season?
Oh, 100%. How bad? Look, they're gonna try to say like, oh no, he's just donating to his NIL. That shows how much he cares. Nah, they came to him and said, hey, you bent us over and spit on us.
Hostage by recruits. That's what you're saying.
No, I think the university was like, hey, and we're gonna propose it, PR it as if you're giving back to the NIL. But we're reconstructing this because we paid you way too damn much, and you didn't live up anywhere.
That's
the first year we paid you.
Yeah, it does. Stupid. You're giving money to the end. So is it going this year, next year, or is it spread out over 4 or 5 years? Like when is the money
it's not going to the
NIL program?
It ain't going to the NIL. He just said that.
If it is going to NIL, and are you using it for this year because nobody wants to come, and you have to say, hey, I'll give you an extra $500,000 if you yes.
They're just gonna
shot yourself in the foot last year, overspending, trying to buy a championship, and not doing it the right way. Now your coach got to give money back out of his pocket. Sounds crazy.
It is why I love it. I think it. Look, you could look at it as like, hey, kudos on him. Like for me, there's a part where I still think he's a bitch, but I think there's a part of like, all right, look, hey, you effed up. Hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and give some back my contract. I don't think I earned everything that I get, but let's give it to NIL. I don't think it went that way. I think they came to him and said, hey, we need to talk. And this is how we're going to phrase it.
Because boosters don't want to give us any more money to get guys.
Because we paid you $60 million to lay an egg. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want to give us any more, so how about you give it to us?
Yeah. 100%. I think there's it's they're trying to make it seem good. I don't think it's that at all. I think he looks like
he brought an extra year. He brought not getting fired mid-season this year.
Yeah, he basically paid them for the last year's performance. That's what it was. Yeah. He just said, I'll pay you for keeping me last year, not fire me. Thanks.
man, I bonded out for a season.
Yeah, I love it. Well, boys and girls, fantastic show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that I always do. Mr. Stephen Harris, it's always a ton of insight. It's great, man, to get to chit chat with you. I think there's people underestimate just getting to hear your perspective. I think a lot of people do appreciate it. That's why I tune in every Monday night. Yeah. Because again, someone who played it, who's seen it, and then now you kind of have a different connection now, talking with players and coaches, and you're able to just see it from. We have the fanatic side, and you have that side, but also the side of playing, and it's, dude, it's so blessed. I was writing on your Christmas card just how great it's been to work with you, because it's been an absolute treat.
I got a Christmas card.
Well, it's with I'm sending you. So yeah, don't send me no Christmas card. That's just weird. But I don't like getting them.
You read your sentimental card telling me about how much.
I don't like getting them. I know you care about me. I don't like getting them. I appreciate you, so I want to make sure you know how much I appreciate you. But
the card said, "Dear Mrs. Harris, thank you for having your fun."
Dave's card's short. Dave's card's short, like him. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Shit, Dave getting
funny.
damn random shots. He didn't even hear it. he probably sitting right home right now. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, right. He'll be posting it tomorrow. We'll see it.
Yeah. He at home watching his wife sitting next to him. He's like, he called you out shortly. Hey, ain't no Cody shirt though.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, hey Cody, hop up and sit on my lap.
Yeah, look, me and David we gotta set up this wrestling match for the off season, man.
We do. We need
we'll do a charity event.
Yeah, a boxing event on High Top Sports.
Yeah, I only do it if he wears a diaper.
You a mess.
A big pair of Depends.
Gators gonna roll tomorrow night against UNC. I love it. Gators basketball's on a burner, boys.
Boy, they on fire, boy.
We'll talk about them as soon as this football season comes to a close. We'll start talking more Gators basketball. Somebody asked me about that. I mean, Dave doesn't know what basketball is, so maybe Steven, that could be something you and I talk about on Mondays more. Because seriously, the guy has no clue what we're talking about. I say 3-pointer. He thinks it's a field goal. He has no idea what's happening.
Our basketball team definitely deserves some love, so we need to start cranking it up a little bit about those guys.
Agree. We're going to a Final Four, so we got to figure out that March Madness and where we're going. Boys and girls, smash the like button. Get your Tecovas. Check out your prize picks. The whole kit and caboodle. It's the holidays, boys. Let's have some fun. Let's relax. Kiss someone. Tell someone you love them. Get a great gift for somebody, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Go get it. Go buy someone else. Go give someone that needs something, okay? If you see somebody, buy them something. If you have the opportunity to do it, make a difference. Change someone else's life. Hug somebody. Buy someone a coffee just because. It's a giving season, boys and girls. I love y'all. Thank you so much.
The Stephen Harris autograph is always great, too, by the way.
It is. Maybe we'll give one of those out on Wednesday. Stephen Harris, can I offer that?
Hey, if they want it. If they want it, for the people.
All right. Well, I'm going to put that on the list on Wednesday. We'll do what we did for our man, Mr. Rogers. I'll send you the helmet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
We got another one. We got another gift added to the list, boys and girls. Y'all be good. I love y'all. Smash the like button. Subscribe. Until next time, baby. Peace and love.
Major love. Go Gators.